AI was not used in the creation of this podcast. This is the Social Geek Radio Network. It's the Franchise News Podcast for Wednesday, May 27th, 2026. I'm Jack Monson, and I read the news so you don't have to. Today's news is brought to you by CareerPlug and the franchise marketing agency, Thunderly. Are your franchise development marketing agencies, content creators, and PR teams really working together? Learn how Thunderly's amplified integrated marketing can drive franchise development growth at thunderlymarketing.com. We're coming to you live today from New York City and the 2026 International Franchise Expo. Thanks to MFV Expositions for hosting us this week. Acquisitions in the news this week include Spark Harbor acquiring music school franchise Bach to Rock from Cambridge Information Group. Bach to Rock has 57 locations nationwide with ongoing franchise activity, and its leadership team will continue to lead the business moving forward. President Brian Gross said, "We've spent years building a model that delivers for franchisees, students, and families alike. Partnering with Spark Harbor validates that work and gives us the resources and strategic support to scale even further." And Curio announced it has acquired the Nora Mental Health franchise system, the multi-state network of mental health clinics. Dr. Colin Hardy and the existing Nora leadership team will continue to lead clinical and franchise operations. Curio's Saul-J. Dixit said, "By bringing Nora into the Curio platform, we can expand access to care in dozens of new communities, support a thriving network of clinicians and franchise operators, and connect every client to a continuum of care that meets them where they are, whether that's in a clinic, on their phone, or both." Unleashed Brands announced a $200,000 donation to Blood Cancer United through the Unleashed Brands Foundation to support pediatric blood cancer patients and their families. Founder and CEO Michael Browning Jr. said, "We believe every child deserves the opportunity to overcome challenges, discover their potential, and become the ultimate comeback kid." Milestones this week include Nick the Greek celebrating its 100th location system-wide with a franchise opening in Claremont, California. Baby Nick Zagaris, co-founder and CMO, said what began as a personal craving has grown into 100 locations nationwide. I mentioned at the top of the show that we're live in New York City this week at the IFE, and we'll be interviewing several great franchise brands exhibiting here, including GNC, Massage Luxe, The Joint Chiropractic, Philly Pretzel Factory, Pizzeria Uno, Checkers and Rallies, United Franchise Group, and several emerging brands here with SMB Franchising. If you're coming to the show, please stop by the podcast zone and say hello. People News and Career Moves coming up next, brought to you by CareerPlug, the franchise hiring experts. We all know hiring is hard. CareerPlug makes it easier with purpose-built software for franchise hiring that is systematic, not stressful. CareerPlug is offering listeners of this podcast free access to the Franchise People Playbook. It's founder Clint Smith's new book, where he shares more than a decade's worth of proven strategies for building winning teams and powering franchise growth. Grab your free copy today at careerplug.com/franchisors. That's careerplug.com/franchisors. In People News, Amy Elder joins the Gallardi Group as head of franchise expansion and strategic infrastructure. Wendy's has named Robert Wright as its president and CEO. Jessica Wu is now VP of Digital at CKE Restaurants. Tim Kirkpatrick is promoted to VP of Franchise Development at Unleashed Brands. Patrick Pacius will step down as president and CEO of Choice Hotels International. Dominic Dragisic, Chief Growth and Strategy Officer, will serve as interim CEO. Smashburger appoints Kate Zavelli as Chief Marketing Officer, Teresa Vital as Director of Non-Traditional Franchise Development, and Jack Reed as VP of Western Operations. Hayden Shaw is now Director of Franchise Development at Gotcha Covered. Annex Brands promotes Ryan Hine to EVP. Cousins Subs promotes Maha Getrist to VP of Marketing. And Full Speed Automotive announced the appointment of Todd Vogensen as CFO, Karina Ort as Chief People Officer, and Kyle Benko as Senior VP of Finance and Controller. Congratulations to all. Let's get loud. Coming up on the franchise calendar, the Franchise Growth and Marketing Conference, that's the new one from Franchise Update Media and the IFA, is next week, June 2nd through the 4th in Atlanta. And check this out. Diane Phibbs of Franchise Update Media reports that 91% of current attendees registered are CEOs, presidents, and CMOs. And note, my friend Lauren Fernandez and I will be hosting a workshop on Tuesday afternoon, June 2nd. Please join us. The CFA's Marketing and Operations Day is happening in Toronto on June 4th, and June 10th is World Franchise Day. Let's get ready to celebrate with the World Franchise Council. And that's the way it is in the franchise community. Thank you for listening and staying connected on the Social Geek Radio Network.